Hey, I'm Paige DeSorbo, and I'm always thinking about underwear.
I'm Hannah Berner, and I'm also thinking about underwear, but I prefer full coverage. I like to call them my granny panties.
Actually, I never think about underwear. That's the magic of Tommy John.
Same. They're so light and so comfy, and if it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
And the bras, soft, supportive, and actually breathable.
Yes, Lord knows the girls need to breathe. Also, I need my PJs to breathe and be buttery soft and stretchy enough for my dramatic tossing and turning at night. That's why I live in my Tommy John pajamas.
Plus, they're so cute because they fit perfectly.
Put yourself on to Tommy John.
Upgrade your drawer with Tommy John. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/comfort. See site for details.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction. But there's only one Zyn. Check out Zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
My dog Max loves chewing on my favorite pair of shoes, almost as much as he loves his Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula dry dog food. Seriously, he never leaves a crumb. And I love it too, because it's made with high-quality protein, antioxidant-packed fruits, and nutrient-rich veggies. Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
Hey, I'm Paige DeSorbo, and I'm always thinking about underwear.
I'm Hannah Berner, and I'm also thinking about underwear, but I prefer full coverage. I like to call them my granny panties.
Actually, I never think about underwear. That's the magic of Tommy John.
Same. They're so light and so comfy, and if it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
And the bras, soft, supportive, and actually breathable.
Yes, Lord knows the girls need to breathe. Also, I need my PJs to breathe and be buttery soft and stretchy enough for my dramatic tossing and turning at night. That's why I live in my Tommy John pajamas.
Plus, they're so cute because they fit perfectly.
Put yourself on to Tommy John.
Upgrade your drawer with Tommy John. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/comfort. See site for details.
Hi, this is Knox from the Popcast with Knox and Jamie. And maybe like us at the Popcast, you also know people who have been smokers or vapors. And Zyn is the one product it seems like everyone is talking about. Because there are many good reasons to make a change to Zyn nicotine pouches. Reasons like Zyn nicotine pouches are still America's #1 choice for smoke-free, hands-free nicotine satisfaction. And you can choose between 10 varieties, each variety available in either 3 or 6 milligrams. Check out Zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to Day 8 of 31 Days of Halloween. I've got 2 stories to share today. I'll get straight into them. Are you ready? For the first story. Please don't think I'm crazy. We saw what I can only describe as the creature from the Predator movies. This happened on Thursday. Been looking for a place to ask questions and share this experience. I don't know if this sub is the right place. Feel free to pass my story along if you know somewhere better. Okay, I totally understand if no one believes this, because we are still unsure of what happened. But we sat down and came to a consensus on these events, and all agreed we witnessed the same thing. Me and 3 buddies were hiking Thursday/Friday in San Bernardino National Forest. Various trails, mostly the known ones, and mostly during the day. Friday, we were making our way to Clark's Summit. As we were walking, one by one, we noticed that we were veering off the trail. I asked my friend in front of me why he was going off the trail, and he asked our friend, who was in front of him, the same thing. The friend in front told us, "I can hear a woman talking. You guys don't hear it." We didn't hear anything. We tried to convince her to leave it be, because it was already kind of dark, and we were close to where we wanted to set up camp on the trail. The friend in front is female, and insisted that what she heard sounded like a female calling for help, and that she sounded really close. So I think she felt inclined to investigate a possible female in distress, while we were totally okay with going about our business. Okay, I get a bit spooked now because she's absolutely serious, and we absolutely could not hear whatever she was hearing. Here's where it got weird. We only ventured off the trail about 300 to 4 meters. Yet, at one point, we were completely lost. We don't have any fancy gear or GPS stuff, because we've never needed it. But we've been on this trail enough to know we hadn't gone far. Yet we couldn't find the trail in any direction after walking for about 15 to 20 minutes. I started to feel weird, kind of dizzy and lightheaded. And when I mentioned this, the other two said they felt weird as well. It was like something had changed the environment around us, or moved us somehow to another location. I had no idea which way to go, and now it was fully dark. My female friend said the woman's voice had said, "I'm over here," and "Please help me." She said it sounded like she was hurt, straight crying. So here we are, somehow lost, after only walking for about 20 minutes off a large trail, because my friend is hearing voices. We decided to stop walking in any direction, because the last thing you want to do at night is get even more lost. We had 2 tents and sleeping bags in our packs, so we found a clearing and set up. We figured once the sun was out, we'd easily find our way back to the trail. Before we could even lay down to rest, I noticed a tree near us was moving, as if something was climbing it. It was really dark, and I wear glasses, so I really struggled to see. So I called them over to see. Thought it was an animal at first, but it wasn't an animal. It wasn't anything. I could see the outline of what roughly looked like a human shape, but it was transparent, like completely see-through. The best way I can describe it is the way heat waves look on the pavement in summer. You know, that wavy liquid effect. They saw it too. My male buddy said, "What are we looking at?" when he finally spotted it. They all said the same thing. It was transparent, but still visible due to the foliage around it being displaced and moving as it moved. We all just stood alone, still whispering theories back and forth as to what we thought we were seeing. I thought maybe it was some kind of optical illusion, but they both immediately jumped to aliens, of course. The thing just sat there, perched on a large branch about 50 feet up. It's like it was watching us watch it. The other oddity is that after staring at this thing for about 10 minutes, we noticed all the normal forest sounds we heard prior had stopped completely. I mean, the only noise was us talking and the leaves under our feet. The hairs on my neck stood up, and I had goosebumps all over when I realised this. like something was truly wrong. After about 10 minutes of us standing there, whatever this thing was started to climb up the tree even more, until we could no longer see it at all. We approached the base of the tree slowly and walked around in a circle with our necks craned up, trying to see this thing. It was too dark, and the trees were too close for us to see the top. We didn't hear it jump to another tree, so we assumed it was still up there. We were all too spooked, obviously, to camp right underneath whatever this was. So we gathered our stuff and started walking towards the moon. I kid you not, after about 5 minutes of walking, we were back on the trail. I literally dropped my bag and said, "What the heck?" out loud. We all stood there confused, looking around trying to confirm what we were seeing. My buddy likes to joke and said maybe we walked through some hallucinogenic spores and had imagined all that. I highly doubt it, but whatever happened, it seemed kind of, I guess, predatory. Like it seems like something was luring us or trying to confuse us. My friend still thinks we're messing with her about not hearing the woman she claimed to hear. Was it that thing we saw, imitating a woman? How did we get lost so close to the trail? This was easily the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in the wilderness. We still don't have a good theory as to what we saw. It may not have been an alien, but whatever it was humanoid and was 100% transparent and able to climb a really large tree with ease without making much noise. I would love to hear any theories about what this may have been. Has anyone else seen anything like this in the woods? Edit. I feel I should mention no drugs were consumed. Now this does sound like a Glimmerman type creature that we've covered before on the podcast, but I've never heard of a Glimmerman creature calling out in a woman's voice, which gives it a different spin and makes me think maybe it is something else from folklore. Are you ready for the second and final story? I've lived in Alaska my entire life. I live in one of the more populated parts of the state. I won't fully disclose for my safety. Though, I've seen a lot of things, and I'm not even very old. I've seen damn near anything Alaska had to offer. Well, I thought I had, anyway. Turns out, cryptids are a lot more angry up here. We have the classic Sasquatch, otter people, dogmen, serpents, our own version of the boogeyman. Wendigos and even skinwalkers, believe it or not. I've had the displeasure of being hunted by two of these. It started when I was at my friend's house, us sitting at the ridge on the border of their property. Where we sat had a trail leading up and a light pole. It was around 11 at night, but Alaska winters get dark. We were sat under the yellow light from the pole when I heard a branch snap and snow crunch. I assumed it was a moose, so I told my friend to keep their eye out. They nodded and we continued to talk. A few minutes later, the snow crunched again and I felt my heart breathe. Now, I'm a pretty paranoid person, but this was well before it had really taken effect. I'm still unsure which of the two cryptids it was, but it had infrasound. Infrasound is something big cats and other predators use to activate a prey's fight or flight, usually ending up in the prey freezing. According to whatever the predator was, I was its next meal. I grabbed my friend by the hood when I stood up and ran down the trail, pulling them along with me. They groaned in protest and confusion until I told them something was wrong. We ended up going inside that night, and I didn't get a wink of sleep. I was too afraid of what was waiting outside. Fast forward to a few months later. It was July. I was sat with my window open and writing on my computer. I was home alone, as I often am, but that didn't bother me. As I typed on my laptop, I felt something strange. That intense feeling of being watched. I tried to ignore it. It overtook my body. I looked out the window to the edge of my driveway next to the pond, and there it stood. A pale grey, malnourished, disgusting-looking creature. Sunken-in eyes, slightly protruding teeth, and on all fours nonetheless. Though this creature had a human-like body, aside from the twisted appendages. I froze in my spot when it caught my eye. I shoved my computer away from me and got up to crank in my window. Once my window started moving, so did it, inching closer to my home with the lanky, broken-looking legs. I wound my window up enough, flipped the lock, and pulled down my curtain. That was the first night I had ever spent cowering in my bathtub with a pocket knife and a blanket. I hadn't seen the creature again until later in the year, winter. I was taking the garbage down to the end of my driveway when I heard the inhuman growling. It sounded like a dog had smoked 20 packs a day and tried to growl at me. I wasn't taking any chances and sprinted up to my porch, slamming open my door and locking every lock. My mum looked mortified, as was I. This happened on a few separate occasions, but this wasn't even all of it. I would walk to the bus stop in the mornings, so obviously this could be an issue. One morning, my cat, Fergus, had followed me down to the bus stop. I was petting him as I stood next to a stop sign. Now, Fergus is the sweetest cat I've ever met. He didn't bat an eye at dogs, moose, other cats, nothing. He was a badass and a sweetheart in one cat. Imagine my surprise when he spun around, arched his back and started hissing and spluttering. I was horrified. This beefed-up mannequin cat was hissing into the darkness at 6 a.m. Thankfully, the bus had come to my aid, and I got on immediately. Fergus passed away recently, so I'm a little nervous about not having that warning next time. Now, these next few experiences all happened in the span of a week. It started with me sitting in my living room watching some show when I heard something on the porch. This was before I had a security system, so I couldn't really see it. There's a small, obscure window at the top of my door, but I'm just shy of tall enough to see out of it. So I had to go by sound. I slowly crept around my house, making sure each door and window was locked up. I hurried my dog into my parents' room and into the bathroom. He likes hiding in the shower, so he didn't really mind. But when he started snarling, which he never does, I almost started sobbing. The layout of my parents' room is you walk in, there's their bed, 2 windows on either side of the bed, and the bathroom next to one of the windows. My mum put the spare mattress we had up in front of that window. I hadn't locked it. I frantically dialed up my mum's number and called her quietly while hugging my dog. I was crying. She ended up coming home a few minutes later. When she went to get me out of the bathroom, There were scratch marks on the wall. Something had tried to get in. This is when my paranoia spell started. I would frequently have episodes of pure irrational fear, usually ending in me sleeping in my bathroom. A few times, like this one, it was warranted. I was once again sitting in my living room watching a show when I heard something in the carport. The wall behind me was the one connecting to said carport. I got up, walked closer to the TV and turned it down, listening to each thudded step of the thing outside. I began to shake and spiral into a panic attack. It slammed on one of the walls and I booked it to my bathroom. I locked myself inside with my knife, phone and charger. I wasn't prepared to hear it behind me through the wall to my backyard. The only way to get in is hop the fence, unhinge the door, or crawl under the massive boxes blocking off the back porch. I didn't care which it had done. I was mortified nonetheless. This thing had definitely known where I was in the house. Eventually it stopped and must have left, so I left the cramped room to check on my dog. He was fine, though shaken. The last time I'd seen it had by far been the worst. I haven't had near as close of an experience since. I was on a Discord call with my friends, eating food and chilling in my kitchen. I was having a good time when I had the overwhelming feeling I was being watched. I knew exactly what it was, so I looked down to the bottom corner of my back door. My back door has a wide window encompassing pretty much the entirety of it, with a curtain that it came with. Peeking out from the sliver of room the curtain left was sunken-in eyes and grey skin. It was staring up at me. I grabbed my phone and ran to the bathroom for safety once more. After not hearing it for a while and having my friends calm me down, I went to my room. I knew the window was locked and closed. I felt a little bit safer there. Boy, was I wrong. I'd been halfway asleep when I heard ungodly scratching at my window. I was obviously confused and scared at the sound. When I peeled back my curtain, I was faced with that ungodly thing, with its fingers protruding through the window. I dropped the curtain and ran to my parents' room into the crawl space in their closet, knowing this thing couldn't find me there. I'd closed the door to the room itself and the closet on my way in, when I heard the mattress blocking my parents' window fall, careening onto their bed, with terrible scratching and snarling. I heard my dog going crazy outside the door. This disgusting thing was stalking around my parents' room looking for me. I heard each deliberate step, each gruff and breath of air. I was frozen on the ladder of the crawl space. I hadn't even turned the light on, which would be my saving grace. I heard the closet door whine as it was opened. This thing could open doors. It sniffed around my parents' clothes. I heard it step on the slab of wood, keeping me hidden. I don't know how it didn't find me. Maybe it was the smell of the carpet, but it eventually booked it and left. I stayed down there almost the entirety of the night until I heard my mum come home. That was the last time she left me home alone late at night, especially during winter.
Hi, this is Knox from the podcast with Knox and Jamie. And maybe like us at the podcast, you also know people who have been smokers or vapors. And Zyn is the one product it seems like everyone is talking about, because there are many good reasons to make a change to Zyn nicotine pouches. Reasons like Zyn nicotine pouches are still America's #1 choice for smoke-free, hands-free nicotine satisfaction. And you can choose between 10 varieties, each variety available in either 3 or 6 milligrams. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey, I'm Paige DeSorbo, and I'm always thinking about underwear.
I'm Hannah Berner, and I'm also thinking about underwear, but I prefer full coverage. I like to call them my granny panties.
Actually, I never think about underwear. That's the magic of Tommy John.
Same. They're so light and so comfy, and if it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
And the bras, soft, supportive, and actually breathable.
Yes, Lord knows the girls need to breathe. Also, I need my PJs to breathe and be buttery soft and stretchy enough for my dramatic tossing and turning at night. That's why I live in my Tommy John pajamas.
Plus, they're so cute because they fit perfectly.
Put yourself on to Tommy John.
Upgrade your drawer with Tommy John. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/comfort. See site for details.
Oh, I love the idea of this. Bit of snow and something is stalking around outside. What more could you want? Really, but terrifying. Please don't, well, we hardly get any snow here where we are. And so it's a massive novelty when there is snow. I love it. We did have a bit this year, early in the year, but it was only there for like a couple of hours and we ran out and we took Luna, the dog, outside. Her first experience of snow and she loved it. She was running around wildly. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Hey, I'm Paige DeSorbo, and I'm always thinking about underwear.
I'm Hannah Berner, and I'm also thinking about underwear, but I prefer full coverage. I like to call them my granny panties.
Actually, I never think about underwear. That's the magic of Tommy John.
Same. They're so light and so comfy, and if it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
And the bras, soft, supportive, and actually breathable.
Yes, Lord knows the girls need to breathe. Also, I need my PJs to breathe and be buttery soft and stretchy enough for my dramatic tossing and turning at night. That's why I live in my Tommy John pajamas.
Plus, they're so cute because they fit perfectly.
Put yourself on to Tommy John.
Upgrade your drawer with Tommy John. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/comfort. See site for details.
Hi, this is Knox from the podcast with Knox and Jamie. And maybe like us at the podcast, you also know people who have been smokers or vapors. And Zyn is the one product it seems like everyone is talking about. Because there are many good reasons to make a change to Zyn nicotine pouches. Reasons like Zyn nicotine pouches are still America's #1 choice for smoke-free, hands-free nicotine satisfaction. And you can choose between 10 varieties, each variety available in either 3 or 6 milligrams. Check out Zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
My dog Max loves chewing on my favorite pair of shoes, almost as much as he loves his Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula dry dog food. Seriously, he never leaves a crumb. And I love it too, because it's made with high-quality protein, antioxidant-packed fruits, and nutrient-rich veggies. Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.